Hello, everyone. How are you doing, folks? You enjoyed this talk of Jamie. Jamie, it was fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing all this. Um, Team, if you can hear me well, just put anything in the chat. Hello, Kate. Okay, I think you can hear me and see me well, right? So let's get started. Cool. Thank you so much, folks. So I'm Alexandra, and I work at Skyscanner. Skyscanner is a global travel company, and in fact, it is one of the biggest ones. And 90 million people plan and book their whole trips with us, flights, hotels, car hire, everything. And a big thing happened at Skyscanner just 2 weeks ago, full rebranding, which means we've got a new beautiful logo, joyful look, and something that resonates with me most as a person deeply concerned of the environment and how we as travelers influence it. We've got an inspiring new mission. And in other words, we've gone quite a long journey from being like this to something as bold and inspiring as this. Hooray. So, um, the whole rebrand thing happened on 24th of September. And on 24th of September, we turned our new brand on. And our website, our app, our storefronts, our comms, everything has changed overnight. And that's what you see from outside. However, what you do not see from outside is what it takes to get to this overnight change, especially on the App Store and the Play Store, where your work depends on all possible teams, product, brand, design, PR, everyone. When you have a hyper-localized app, which is active on 40 markets across 2 stores, when you have very limited human resources, and in fact, it's only one marketer, you're responsible for the whole process, you have just 3 months, and you need to get from something like this. I mean, literally, folks, we had extreme inconsistency across stores and markets, like icons, screenshots, tone of voice, descriptions, everything was different from market to market. And we had absolutely no brand protection, and companies were bidding on us like crazy. And we needed to get from this to something like this. And so today I'm going to talk to you about a small part of the whole brand refresh journey. How we did the full rebranding on the App Store and the Play Store, a place where dozens of thousands of people make a decision whether they want to have Skyscanner on their devices or not every day, and what's the impact of doing that. And if you have all possible dependencies, when you need to fight with inconsistency and weak protection, you have limited resources. So the biggest enemy you need to fight is time. So we needed to make 3 very bold decisions to make sure that we are able to do the change in just 3 months. So the first decision we made is that we started playing a bold brand game. We started fully focusing on brand, understanding that we can sacrifice our immediate organic performance. We also tightly connected ASO engineering. ASO became a part of the engineering team. And the third decision we made, we've tightly connected product and marketing. And so the story goes, 3 weeks before the brand refresh, 3 months before the brand refresh, and we are ready to do the change. And we are ready to change not only icons, screenshots, which is already a huge influence on our conversion rates, and therefore rankings, but also we were ready to change all metadata, title, description, short description, everything to match our new tone of voice globally. And folks, I guess this could be the worst thing to say it promoted to the ASO community, but we were expecting our conversion rates and rankings going down, and we were okay with that. But why was it important for Skyscanner to do the change regardless of going down metrics? Why could it be important for any company? Because we wanted to build a strong brand where people recognize our app and our logo and do not mess it up with cloud services. When people feel joy just looking at us, when people know that they can open our app to be inspired and switch off from daily routine, and not just to, find cheap flight tickets, hotels, car hire in the best meta search app. And this drop in short-term performance, this is a price we're 100% ready to pay to make our app and our storefronts inspiring to users. So also there were 3 more ideas that I was leaning on back then, and which I used to prove myself and others that if there is a drop in performance, it won't be that significant. So the first idea, the first concept I had in mind is that on the App Store and the Play Store, people know exactly what they want. It is a super well-known statistic that 9 out of 10 top keywords are brand keywords, and generic searches, generic keywords, they are highly targeted searches. Like, I want cheap flights, I want tickets, I want hotels, I want food delivery, I want weight loss. So people know exactly what they want. People know want a limited number of things, and people can formulate their needs properly. So we, as publishers, we can be some of that. We can even try and generate a new demand. What we absolutely cannot do, we cannot be all of that. And we cannot win everywhere. So we have just 2 options. So the first thing we can do is to try and constantly fight for a limited number of generic keywords with insane competition, but we can also try and play a bold brand game where people start searching for our brand name more frequently, and where there is no competition apart from Apple search ads, where you can effectively defend your positions, right? So when you increase your conversion rates by making sure people recognize your app, and not just by adapting the color of your screenshots, when your organic traffic is protected and is not marginally influenced, by new companies entering the market with higher budgets or better optimizations. So the second idea I had, that is something I see happening at Skyscanner. As Skyscanner grows, browse traffic is growing for us, while search traffic becomes relatively steady. And at Skyscanner, we have right now around 180% year-over-year browse traffic growth. And with all that, I truly believe that all browse opportunities, even a part of the browse opportunities we have right now, they are not yet fully explored, neither by Skyscanner nor by any other company in the world. But Apple and Google, they keep introducing new placements, new lists, and new opportunities to be featured. And with all that, I truly believe that this channel will just keep evolving. And the last idea I had, that if we do enough buzz, our short-term conversion rate and ASO losses will be covered. It's like you connect 2,000 volt to your product and you turn the switch on. In a very, very short period of time, you receive PR, you receive social media coverage, you are getting featured on stores if you're lucky, your installs are going up, people start searching for your brand name more frequently, and your in-app metrics are improving as people start exploring what's new in the app. We've seen it happening with Airbnb, Uber, Spotify, Trainline. That's exactly what happened at Skyscanner. Also, as we expected, our conversion rates went down as we changed our icon and screenshots. Our first-time installs went up. Our page views went up as well. And something that inspires me most, people started searching for our brand name more frequently. In fact, right now we see 15% increase in our brand searches, and this is a number that stays stable 2 weeks after the brand refresh. So we know at this moment, we know what we are doing, we know why we are doing it, we are quite prepared for all possible negative outcomes, right? So right now we need to understand how to do the change really fast. And at this time, we cannot afford doing screenshots or updating our storefronts manually. We need a better way to do that. And for this reason, we decide that instead of creating an army of marketers who will be doing screenshots and updates, ASO will become a part of the engineering team. And the best thing about being an App Store marketer inside the engineering team is that everything can be automated. And when I say everything, I really, really mean it, folks. And you cannot imagine for how long I can talk about it, but I will give you just 2 examples that helped us with the rebranding most. So the first example is screenshot automation. Again, Skyscanner is a very localized product. That is something that Metas loved and used across the globe. So we deal with 40 markets. Let me say we want to show our features on 6 devices across 2 platforms, and we want to show from 6 to 10 features. That gives us a beautiful number of around 2,000 brand images that we needed to create, brand screenshots that we needed to create for the brand refresh. And when I first understood it, I just wanted to hug my knees and, I don't know, switch on an inspirational video on repeat for a couple of hours. But then I figure out I do not even have time to do that. And so we sit down with the team and we were like, okay, there is no way we can do it manually. And if we cannot automate the full process, we can automate 2 steps, 2 most time-consuming steps, which are, oh yeah, by the way, bonus, we had just 2.5 weeks to do that. This is the time exactly we had before the final version of our app is ready, and its release date, 24th of September. And so we sit down with the team, and again, we're like, okay, no way we can do it manually. How can we do that? And we decided to automate 2 most time-consuming steps, which are taking localized app screenshots and in the application and adding them and captions to the design file. And so we did. There are a few ways how you can take app screenshots. You can do this with Fastlane, but we used deep links at Skyscanner. Deep links that lead to specific pages in your app, like home, flights, hotels, car hire, etc. These deep links are normally used in any company for app testing or marketing campaigns. They can be perfectly used for screenshot automation as well. So what we do, we open a deep link in an emulator in the correct localization, and we take a screenshot. Open capture, open capture, open capture, open capture, same process for all thousands of images. After that, we add screenshots along with captions to the simple spreadsheet. And with the content sync plugin, we transfer everything. We populate all content to the sketch file in just 1 click. It takes around 15 minutes to do that instead of a couple of weeks, which is quite amazing for me. All right. So we have all these new screenshots. And not only screenshots, all text metadata is going to be updated as well. And we need to understand how to make the change exactly at 6 a.m. in the morning on 24th of September. And we're like, okay, let's do it. So right now, to make this change possible and not to update everything manually, we store every single piece of metadata just as files in folders. And when we need to update anything on the App Store and the Play Store, we just update files in these folders. Then we run Fastlane and we publish changes to we update metadata on the App Store and the Play Store with a new version. So to make it 100% clear, for me, the process looks like this. I would say to my friend, the designer, the other day, like, hey, are these thousands of screenshots ready? And he would be like, yeah, here is a link to Dropbox. And in 3 hours, that is exactly the time I need to download everything from Dropbox, run Fastlane, and update everything on the App Store and the Play Store. We would say to him, thanks, all updated, and he will thank us back. So I tried to calculate how much time would it take before to do the whole change, like only screenshots, only updating, only this technical stuff, and it would take 1.5 months for us. But right now, we spent around 2 weeks to automate the full process from A to Z. And it takes around a couple of nights to generate all app images, around a couple of days to create new screenshots, and just a couple of hours to publish everything to the App Store and Google Play. And so I really hope it sounds cool already. We'll see. I'm excited to hear your feedback. But before that, there is one last decision we made, without which all these automations and brand games and all this stuff, if it would be not impossible, it would be a huge challenge for us. So we tightly connected product and marketing. And if you ask me how many people were working on App Store rebranding during this time, and I would answer that it was only me, one marketer, technically it will be true. In reality, it will be a huge lie. Because again, I had a gorgeous team of engineers, and I was constantly collaborating with other teams. And let me just give you a couple of examples of collaborations I, as a marketer, had back then. So the first example is quite obvious, I guess, automation. It all starts with the product and the engineering team who develop deep links for their features, understanding the importance of doing that, and understanding how marketer can support and promote their work, who help to set up the automation process for creating screenshots and uploading things to the App Store and the Play Store. Then this design team, then this copy team, all connected with App Store marketing. Something marketish, featuring, right? Again, I think it starts with the product. From the product team that develops brand features, exciting new features that support our brand refresh, who develop iOS 13 features. Then the design team, then this brand team, then this copy team, again, all connected with App Store marketing. Something about comms, right? Like relations with stores. Again, I think it starts with the product. Who we are, what we do, where we go. Apparently, that is something that is interesting to the App Store and Google Play, and not our marketing ambitions. And in collaboration with App Store marketing, truly amazing things could happen. And, it's very alarming for me to know that the situation is common when it goes like this, when in the company there is an isolated App Store optimization, a little bit spiced up with marketing, product design, and etc. And I guess this is a situation when a talented marketer, an amazing App Store manager can impact growth by only doing keyword optimization, or by changing the color of screenshots, or adding a call to action to the subtitle or short description. I truly believe that we are capable of much more than that. And please don't get me wrong here. I still think that App Store and the Play Store are a bottleneck, and we need to optimize them. There is no way around. But at the same time, App Store and the Play Store, they are strong connectors between product and marketing. And an easy question, where is growth happening? And marketing concepts would agree with me that the growth happening on the clash between product and marketing, and nailing in your app marketing, not just keyword optimization or conversion rate optimization, but this connection between these two universes, that's where the growth sits. All right, folks. So let's wrap it up. That was a story about the brand refresh at Skyscanner, how we did it in 3 weeks, in 3 months. I always do this mistake for some reason. So how we did it in 3 months, how we automated processes, how we connected product and marketing for the brand refresh period and in general. I do not think that your companies will be doing brand refresh anytime soon. I do not think that I would inspire you to do the brand refresh because it doesn't work like this. You cannot be inspired to do this thing. But if you think about 3 main things I really want you to take from this talk, so here they are. So first, be bold in your marketing and think about what you can do beyond optimizations. Then automate what you can to start focusing on big things. And work with people with completely different goals and views, because that's where the magic happens. And that's all from me. Thank you very much.